Unit Introduction. In this unit, we're going to be looking at hard edge geometry and transferring it over to a lower form. So let's say I have a form that's high res to 100,000 polys. How do I get it down to like 300 polys? Okay. Let's look at the example here. Okay, if you look at these two forms, you'll see that they look pretty high res. If I click on them though, you'll see that they're only made of a few faces. So in this case, I have 927 faces, but have all this detail. Again, this is the one next to it that has 100,000 faces. So this works a little bit different. In my previous video for the asset creation series, we looked at kind of like an organic geometry and high-res detail using Pixelogic Zbrush, and then we took it into Blender to lower it. In this lesson, what we're going to look at is we're going to be using Maya for most of the transfer method. So there is a method in Maya under rendering called transfer maps. We're going to learn how to use that in this series or this unit. Now, I like comparing things, so another thing that I did is I showed you how to do this in Blender also. So here's my Blender variation, and here's my Maya variation. You know, all in all, they had a little bit of flaws somewhere, and a couple things needed to be touched up. There was a lot of speed with Blender, but there was going to be some touch-ups with Blender. Here, not so many touch-ups, but it was really slow. So I'll let you see the difference between it. I actually make alternative videos, kind of like a choose your own adventure. And that way at the very end, you're using whatever program that you want to use. Okay, another thing I teach you in this lesson is to make a presentation model. A lot of times students actually do work, it rots on their hard drive, but they never present their work well. Okay, so here's a presentation model that allows you to kind of put this in your portfolio. So now I have my wireframe, no wireframe, and the maps, along with the background image and my name. So this is what I've been doing lately with students, is getting them to take their work, compact it down to something that is presentable, rather than turning in a mesh to the instructor. I hate that. I've done that for years, but this new method I got really walks away with kind of like a portfolio piece every time. And mediocrity here is, you should never think of anything that you do as mediocre, even if it's just something small like a junction box or something like that. Everything is important. Everything. So some things that I wanted to change here. There we go. That was bugging me. All right. I hope you enjoy the unit. It is a fun unit. There's a great deal of things in Maya that I touch base on that I haven't touched base on before. And I hope you enjoy. Have a good one. See you in the videos.